Okay, good morning everyone. Today we have a new lesson from Flying High for Saudi Arabia, Flying High 3. It's lesson unit 4, lesson 2. It's about grammar, and the grammar point for today is past models. Past models. Okay, so the past models we are going to talk about today are should, should, could, and would. And these models are followed by have and then past participle, or the past participle form of the verb. So each one of these three has its own use. Each one of these had its own use. For example, let's take them one by one in a new page. So for the first one, we are going to talk about should, have, plus past participle. Right? So this lesson, or this model, let me give you an example. When I say that one of your friends did not study well and he did not pass his exams. So you said that. You said you should have studied harder. Okay, the model here is should have studied. So we use this to do what? So we use this should to give a recommendation or an advice or a piece of advice about a past event or a past situation. So we give someone a recommendation of things that should have been done, but actually it didn't happen. But you give him a recommendation or an advice about past event. Let me give you another example. So if you are on a trip, or if you were in a trip, and then at a point you did not fill up your car with petrol, and after a while you were out of petrol, so you give, or your friend gives you that piece of advice. You should have filled up in the petrol station, or the nearest petrol station, or the previous petrol station, right? So it's another example for should have studied, which give an advice or a recommendation about a past situation or a past event. Good. Let's have another one, which is could. Number 2 here for these past models, could have plus past participle or past participle form of the verb. So we have here, well, we talk here about another thing or another situation. So yeah, we say some of your friends were on the sea on a voyage, or on a voyage or a trip on the sea. So their boat had sunk, but fortunately they were saved. So you say you could have died, but you were saved by someone. So could have here, could have plus past participle here. We talk about, or we use it to talk about what? A possibility, possibility in the past, possibility in the past, something that could have happened in the past, but likely it didn't happen. But likely it didn't happen. Okay, another example, another oral example. So you are, or you were, we talk about the past activity. So you were out in a rainy day, in a rainy day, and then it rained heavily, and you got all wet. Okay, after you came home, your mother said you could have been very sick. You could have been very sick because you went out in a rainy day and you got all wet. Let's move to the third one, or the third here, the third point, which is would have. It would have, and it's followed by past participle verb, or form of the verb. And here we do not so far from could, but we are, I think, so close. Here we talk about unreal situation in the past. You imagine what didn't happen actually in the past. So, for example, let me give you an example. You say you and your friends were on a hiking trip or in a mountain climbing trip, and then you imagine that you took someone with you. So you said it would, uh, it, so number two, it would have been a big mistake if we had if if we had taken him with us. Okay, now we are talking about what? We imagine that something which didn't actually happen in the past happens right now. So now we are talking about unreal past situation, but just an imagination. Use your imagination to imagine what would happen if another thing happened, but these are, how these were on the past, how in the past form. So for more examples, this is just a quick brief of the lesson. For more example, you can go to your student book, page 23, or so 32, and also we have very useful exercises in your workbook, page 21, I think. Thank you very much. This is what we have for now. Till we meet in another lesson. Thank you.